Boom.
Don't call it a comeback. We've been here for years.
Been a year.
A year.
Been a year. We're going to talk about a little bit, we'll do our versus series. It might be lost, so I'll just go ahead and say it on here. I guess I don't find it. We did Deadpool, Deathstroke last time. Basically, out of 100 fights, I said Deathstroke probably win 15. Deadpool win 85 of them. Mainly because, Deadpool is very unpredictable, which is a good thing. It's also a bad thing. And he's not as great as an all-around martial artist and fighter, but his regenerative ability gives him the opportunity to win better than Deathstrokes. So that's a sum up on the last one. If I find it, I'll post it. But my computer went through a little weird haywire, so
there is that.
Yeah.
And then we set up for next week or this week, which would be Black Cat versus Catwoman.
Yeah. Okay. Let's start with Catwoman. Catwoman is first off, she's technically her mother's single mother. She was raised in like the ghetto, in the burbs, whatever we'll call it, of Gotham. Her father is rumored to be like Falcon, one of the Marines or Falcon, one of those two. That's what it's rumored to be. That's why it's always funny that she's working for them in the comic book or in the movie. She's like ends up working for like Fish.
Mm-hmm.
She's like one of them. Anyway, and then her mother committed suicide when she was young. That's why she doesn't have a mother. Anyway, so she becomes a master like gymnast. She's a master gymnast, master like acrobatics and stuff. Not a master martial artist, maybe in like one or two of them, but she becomes a pretty decent martial artist. She's considered to be a cat burglar. She's like a master thief,
adept at thieving things.
I think she's more than adept. I'd say she's an expert at it. But
thieving level expert.
Yes. In terms of what story you go off of, one of the stories is a prostitute at one point, and she ends up becoming Catwoman. But anyway, for the most part, that's her power. Her powers are she's 5'7", 133 pounds, green eyes, black hair, female, yada yada yada. I'm just going through a couple things here. Occupation, she's a thief. Let's see if it goes through like her accolades. I'm looking for that here on the Wikipedia for DC. Anything you want to throw in about her? Oh, okay. Here we go. Here's her abilities. Acrobatics. She's a master gifted acrobaticist. She does not have any advanced powers. Okay, she does not have any superpowers that enhances that. It's all based on her what she's either learned, picked up on, whatever you want, or practiced. Okay. Her athletic ability is considered somewhat superhuman. Hand-to-hand combat, she's a master in boxing. What's that? How's that pronounced, you think? Capoeira?
Which one?
That. Jiu-jitsu, dragon style, kung fu, karate.
Capoeira.
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 And Hapkido. Stealth, thievery. She's a master of disguise, and she has it's called feminine empathy. Empathy. There we go. Her strength level, like she can bench about twice her own weight. It's 270. That's why she can pull her own body weight around very easily. It kind of makes sense considering she's a master gymnast. Based on her age and size, she has a really peak human physical condition. Her equipment, she does drive a motorcycle at the time. She has claws built into her hands. That's probably for grip and fighting. And then she has a bullwhip. So that's her accolades. You want to go ahead and
go Black Cat.
I'll look at Black Cat just to counter, just adding into it just
in case. She decided she was going to be a badass after she was raped by her former boyfriend Ryan at Empire State University. So she trained herself. Her father apparently was a master cat burglar, but it's never named as exactly who he is or was in the Marvel Universe. He's supposed to be taking a nap. He's trying to get there. I'm not neglecting my child. Putting that out there.
Real name is Felicia Hardy.
Yeah, she's she is I don't know, kind of like a lesser Batman. Trained herself to peak physical condition to do what she wants to do, needs to do for that condition. So she's a gymnast, ninja, like karate, all that happy horse shit. Has not any implants or anything, but she's got a lot of high tech stuff. The grappling claw to swing, claws to cut, the whole 9 yards. The thing that makes her a little bit more special is she has a probability gene factor thing to where people around her generally have bad luck, and she can kind of cast that. Not at will, but it just seems to perpetrate around her as she's committing an act. So like guns will misfire, people will trip and fall, that kind of thing. So that's like the only edge she really overall has, because overall I think they are completely evenly matched across the board. The probability gene enhancement, whatever you want to call it, is the only thing that gives her a slight edge over Catwoman.
Okay, I'm going to compare some things here. Height, Black Cat is 5'10". I don't remember what I said for Catwoman, so I'm looking that up right now. Cat.
Well, she was 133 pounds. I remember that only because it was an odd number. Don't ask me why I remember odd numbers.
Why do you? No, I don't remember. I just said that.
I pumped gas today and it came out 25.15. I have no idea.
I ordered food the other day. Yeah, 666. That's scary. Okay, so
Taco Bell?
No.
That happens a lot.
That was it was almost a year ago. Remember?
Oh yeah, that
first podcast. Ordered food. You got that buzzer beater text message. Just hey, give me some food.
Hey
man. Okay. Real name is Felicia Hardy. It's got Cinda Kyle. I'm having issues bringing it up, and I don't know why on here. I'm going to scroll down to the bottom. They're just listing off all her comic book appearances. Weight 120, green eyes, platinum blonde. Her powers on here are listed as. What's coming up? Like he said, that it's called jinxing.
Yeah.
It's called. They call it jinxing.
But it's a probability.
Yeah, it's a probability thing.
Negative probability.
That's really it. Let's see special abilities. At one point, she came across Doctor Strange, and he removed the jinx, removed her jinxing ability.
Yeah, but let's see. That's why I decided not to go into all of that. She has that. That's just part of her. Because also, if you look farther down the page, it also says that someone, gave her super strength, super agility, and all that happy horse shit. I decided to leave that out of the argument because we wanted to make it fair. Because if she is super powered and Catwoman isn't, come on, let's face it. It's not even worth talking about.
Okay, well, I wish it would say her strength beforehand. Her ability is an extreme gymnast, acrobat, can swing from rooftop with help from a grappling hook,
but not as fast as Spider-Man.
Also, an experienced hand-to-hand combatant. I'm going to see her weapons. So we'll compare her weapons. Okay, it has claws in her claws. Okay, she shouldn't have a whip or anything.
She uses grappling hook.
Yeah.
She uses sling. That's it.
But the whip, it can be used as a weapon. Whip can.
So can the grappling hook, technically.
Okay. Alright, I think in overall, physical ability, I think Catwoman has the edge. I think she has a little bit of the edge because she relies more on her gymnast ability, her strength, her acrobatics, things like that. And she seems like she's trained a lot better in hand-to-hand combat than the Black Cat.
Well, but I don't think Felicia relies on her probability. I think you cannot discount it.
Oh, I'm not discounting it at all, but trying to see if there's anything else that brings up his ability. Paraphernalia, she has a small device. She wears that. Yeah, the earrings aid her bound. Okay, nothing too super crazy.
Yeah. I think they're evenly matched across the board. Other than the probability factor, I would give it 50-50 across the board, but with the probability, I'd give it 60-40.
I think it's 50-50 with the probability because by what it sounds like, is just by the way it sounds. Catwoman. Okay, let's just go pound for pound, piece by piece. Acrobatics. Catwoman over her. I think she's better. She's strong. She actually is built better for acrobatics than her. I think Catwoman. I'll actually just go back real quick to Catwoman real quick. And those are lovely pictures of Black Cat. I tell you what. I'll just go right back to it. Same exact page. Okay. So the Catwoman
rated 27th in Marvel's 100 sexiest heroines.
Oh, nice. Okay, so this is interesting. Okay, so the Black Cat is 5'10", 122 pounds. Catwoman is 5'7", but 133 pounds. So she's a little bulkier, which means she's a little bit stronger. Now, if you're going before the thing you're talking about, that thing,
probability,
the probability. Well, before the whole, she got stronger because of this. That's what I'm saying, right? So one's stronger, she's taller. Black Cat is taller. Catwoman weighs more and is, I would venture to say, stronger, but I would just say she's a little bit stronger. You have to throw in, I think her abilities, acrobatics are just a little higher than Black Cat. She's also more of a main character, so we have more information on her.
Well, true, but I just think, honestly, down the board, it would be 50-50 total, but giving the fact that she is a mutant and she does have the probability factor, it gives her a little bit of an edge.
Well, we'll throw that in here in a second. I'm just going through thing for thing. Fighting, hand-to-hand combat, I think Catwoman has the edge on. Unless you found something that said she has an advanced ability in this. Because Catwoman has advanced, like cat-like speed, reflexes, balance, ability, flexibility, and mastered 6 martial arts. Does anything you came across say that about the Black Cat?
Doesn't say how many martial arts she's mastered.
Does it say she's mastered any?
Yes.
Which is?
I did no.
Okay. The one I came across didn't say that either, so I'll just leave it at that. Stealth, I would say they're both probably dead even on stealth.
Yeah.
Maybe Selena has a little bit of edge on that because she doesn't have her powers to help her. So she needs to be a little more adequate at it. So maybe she has a little bit of advantage, but in a one-on-one fight, how much is stealth?
Yeah, but the problem is she can't direct her power. Her power just affects those around her. And the longer you're around her, the more it affects you.
Gotcha. Theft. I mean, it doesn't really matter in a one-on-one fight.
Yeah, they can beat the shit out of each other. And why would they steal each other's shit? Because their shit is the same, pretty much. Night vision, claws, grappling hook versus whip.
She does kind of have a superpower, Catwoman. She has what's called feline empathy. Now that I'm reading through it, she has a way, because it's like an animal sense that she loves cats. It doesn't have like control over cats, but cats won't like hurt, like big cat, like lions and stuff. They have some kind of sense that she's like them.
Okay, so let's just say 25 times out of 100 they fight each other in a zoo.
Okay, like I'm just saying that is her superpower. That's all I'm saying.
But that's the only way it comes into play. Is if they were fighting in a zoo.
And again, strength level.
If they're fighting in a zoo and you take that into account and the probability thing, it's still it takes it back to 50-50.
I'm gonna go back and see if I can get a strength measurement on Black Cat.
He just drew his name.
Black Cat's strength.
Just drew his name.
So, Black Cat strength. Okay, I'm gonna go comic book Vine. They're actually a little more potent on this. Is that what you were on?
No, I just grabbed Wiki real quick.
Wiki.
Well, for the basic overview, I read more in depth over the past 2 weeks, but I just grabbed this real quick because
she's hot as shit. I'll give her that. God damn. All right, let's see if this says anything different. 5'10", powers. She has electricity control. Escape artist. That's cool. It goes through all of her powers right here. Damn, does she look good?
Probability manipulation.
Agility. She's attractive female. Apparently that's a power. Claw. I mean, I guess it helps. Duplication. Electricity. Escapability. Feral.
Well, she does have a above average strength because micro servos in the costume.
Let's see if I can scroll down and find it on the Comic Con. It's Comic Con usually.
Ability to see in various ranges of the electromagnetic spectrum via contact lenses.
Yeah, I saw that. But
Formerly,
what's her name has that with her goggles too.
See, but this is why I was saying like we're discounting this shit because it says formerly superhuman strength, speed, agility, and endurance, night vision, retractable talents. Like I'm not going into all that because essentially we picked these two characters solely because they're human for the most part.
Okay, let's just go with current powers. Probability, field, manipulation. That's the one you just said. Ability, expert thief, Olympic level athlete. They're both about the same on that. Olympic level acrobatics, both about the same. I give Catwoman the edge only because I know Catwoman more. Okay, here's her martial arts expertise. Gojo Ryu, karate, and judo are her two expertise. Enables her to defeat foes such as Sabretooth. So she does have superhuman strength.
And in one continuity. We discounted that.
Okay.
Because she was given that by Doctor Strange when he took away her probability virus.
Special design earrings, helpful with balance, contact lenses, retractable claws, grappling hook. She drives a motorcycle. Why is it hot chicks and leather grappling motorcycle?
It's a thing.
It's definitely a thing, and I'm not complaining. Okay, so without superpowers, Catwoman edge and strength?
You can go off of that because of the poundage, but when you lean somebody out and make them a little bit taller, that kind of changes how much they can do with what weight they actually have. So that's not accurate. You know what I mean? If they were the same height and Catwoman was heavier, then I would give you that 110%. But since they're Black Cat's a little bit taller and lighter, it doesn't necessarily mean she's less strong.
But being taller, if you're stronger, you should actually weigh more because you have more mass.
It's what you do with the strength you have.
Okay. I mean, this is we're debating.
Yeah, we started this just to have an open debate, not an argument.
Okay, so all in all, how would you see the fight playing out?
Like I said, 60-40, maybe 55-45, and only because I think maybe 10% of the time, and I'll say 10% of the time, I see that probability manipulation coming into play and just like one thing going wrong.
But do you think the probability would have a factor on someone who is exactly like her?
I think it would because, I mean, shit, she beat Sabretooth. She's gone toe-to-toe.
She beat Sabretooth when she had the advanced strength.
She's gone toe-to-toe with Spider-Man.
Well, which isn't much.
Well, yeah, it's saying a lot because that's the only guy that could probably get like 3 up on Bruce Wayne before he figured out how to take him down.
I think you would get one. The question is...
We're not going back to the argument. I'm just saying we did have this discussion, and you did flat out admit that the Spider Sense in Peter Parker's behest would definitely give him an advantage over Batman over the first few fights until Batman figured out how to counteract it.
Strictly. If they fought...
No, I say it would take a couple to figure out exactly how it works and how to manipulate it.
I think it would take as easy as like... If he fought one time and then like was able to leave for like 30 minutes and then come back with a plan, he would easily be able to counteract that.
30 minutes.
He could.
You could figure he could just mix up.
Okay, the Green Goblin is one of his biggest villains ever, and he has the explosive things all the time that just throw his spider sense out of whack. And the spider sense, and I talked to a guy, I know he's my neighbor named Tony.
Mm-hmm.
He said that spider sense doesn't exactly tell you when danger is. It kind of alerts you on a sneak attack. After that, it's kind of pointless. It doesn't help you predict the future. The first initial sneak attack, yeah, it might have an effect. After that, it doesn't do much. It just kind of alerts you that danger is happening. It doesn't exactly project to you when it's happening, where it's happening, so you can see it coming when you get out of the way or whatever's happening. It just kind of says like something's about to happen.
Yeah, but you know to be aware.
Yeah, I mean, you can be aware of all you want.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
Just saying.
I think it helps her that she has super strength. It also probably doesn't help that she's a platinum blonde with big tits, so that probably distracts him a little bit. And if you want to get technical, Catwoman goes toe-to-toe with Batman at times. Doesn't always win. It goes toe-to-toe with him.
I just think that when you put a mutant against a normal, solid human being, 5% edge automatically.
Okay.
That's why I'm saying like 55-45.
I'm gonna throw the Bane approach at you. Bane, Batman has more of the advantages when it comes to money and tech and stuff like that. Bane has the advantage of he had a harder life. So I think Selina has a little bit of a counter that advantage by having a harder life and having to go through the grit and grime of growing up in like the ghetto.
The farthest I'm going to go is 50-50 on this. The farthest I'm going to go, I think it's a fairly even of what we've talked about. The three we've done thus far. This is like literally.
I give Catwoman the advantage only
down the middle. Like this is the one that is close, literally down the middle. I mean,
me and I were basically unanimous on that. Deathstroke would lose majority of them. He would win a couple, but it's because you can't discredit that. He's that good a villain. And with Batman and Captain America, we basically were both unanimous that Batman would win majority of those fights.
Yes.
But inevitably, neither of them, they would probably never get in that fight to begin with.
No, I think this would be, honestly, like I said, I would like give the mutant gene thing a little bit of advantage. But if we want to talk about, say, 10 of the fights took place in a zoo and the Lions are going to back Selina up, then Felicia's at a disadvantage. And it doesn't matter how much bad luck you can throw at somebody. You're going up against two opponents.
I'm not saying that the cats would fight for her. It's just that she has, I guess, animal sympathy might be it.
But I would also attend that they would defend her. Maybe not attack for her, but they would defend her.
Okay.
So, you know what I mean? If we said 10 fights happened in the zoo, 10 fights happened on the top of the skyscraper in New York or Gotham. You know what I mean? It goes back and forth. I would say 50-50 down the floor. I'll give you that. This is like the most. Honestly, this should have been like the last thing we ever did because this is the most even thing I think we're ever going to come up with.
It's very God. It's so if it was like a shift, it'd be like 49.9 and 50.1. I don't know. I want to throw.
We're not conceding a loss. We chose two characters. We went down the board.
It depends. What do you weight everything is what the question is. Having the whip is a huge advantage because if she does have
probability is a huge advantage.
But does the probability factor the whip? It doesn't factor. It factors.
It can factor that the whip goes and instead of wrapping it glances because it did something else that you didn't see when you went to throw it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
True,
like
I
50-50. We don't have to win or lose. We just do this for.
If you just, I agree 50-50. I'll give you that. Okay. But if you had to pick 100 battles, how many you think? Who you give the edge to get the one more to win? 101 battles. If you had to give the edge to get that one more fight, I give the edge to Selina Kyle just based on her background.
I'd give her that one more battle only because she was raised hard and Felicia wasn't.
Yes, that's
Felicia all. Decided to become hard. Selina was raised hard.
You were talking about Batman. That's your version. That's more of a Batman than what you're talking about because she didn't have a rough upbringing.
But
it wasn't like the best, but it wasn't like really rough, like being an orphan by like 10 and living on the street.
No, I'll give you that. So. I'll give you that one more. But that's it. Overall, I say 50-50. Okay. But if we want one more battle to 100.
Now, if you throw in her super strength, it's kind of it just depends on.
Yeah, well,
the cat factor would be a huge thing.
Yeah,
so you need to get to a freaking zoo to win a battle. That's the only way.
Well, yeah, but I'm not. I decided not to factor it.
Now, again, do you think they'd fight to the death though?
No, I think they would fight for a little while and then decide to go steal something together. Yeah. That's how I think that fight would actually end. Is both of them just kind of like, all right, well, we can do this all night, or we can go steal something really awesome. I gotta leave.
Yeah, you're having the same Bane Batman argument. Same fighter. One's a little bit stronger, one's a little bit smarter. They're both super smart, but one's a tad bit smarter than Batman, but one had that really grimy, tougher life. Mm-hmm. That killer edge to life. That chip on his shoulder his entire life.
I believe Selina would kill more. She'd be more prone to kill than Felicia would be.
Yeah, she probably has many more times. I don't know if that talks about how does she have a policy on no killing or something? Or?
No, not so much, before she got a chance to get back at her ex-boyfriend rapist, he died in a car crash.
That's why she came to Black Cat, right?
Yes, because she was raped in college.
Yeah.
So,
what was her degree? Did you look that up? I know her degree.
I'm not worried about it.
Art major. She's an art major.
Art majors are like that. Go fuck yourself.
Me?
Yes. No, the cat that's sleeping
cat.
on your computer right now.
Yeah. Okay, that would be our verses. Is our third verses. That's a pretty good one. That was a very close battle. That's why I picked it. What do you think our next one should be? Let's pick a really good one here. Want to do villain?
It's got to be a fair one, though.
How about you pick a villain? I'll pick one I think would be a fair fight.
Magneto.
Oh, wow. Does that have to be DC or can it be Marvel?
Okay. Fucking DW, IDW, fucking Dreamwave. Go for it.
Magneto. Wow. Doctor Doom would probably be a pretty good matchup.
Alright, do that.
Doctor Doom and Magneto. This is a lot of research I'm going to have to do because I don't know the other one very well. Yeah, let's do two. Hold on.
I'm not doing two.
No, not two.
This took 26 minutes.
We'll do like a one. He'll fight a DC guy and he'll fight a Marvel guy. Let's pick someone with DC.
I'm gonna pick DC there.
I'm thinking here. Man. Bizarro, maybe? No. That wouldn't be a fair fight. Maybe we'll kill him.
Because we're keeping in mind now, we picked a villain, and Magneto is not afraid to kill anybody for any reason whatsoever at all. Go fucking slaughter a motherfucker.
He does have a thing against killing mutants. He does have a thing against killing mutants for the most part.
He will if he has to.
Yeah, I know, but it's not his first.
No, he'd rather kill a human being.
Fuck it, we'll just stick with that, and I'll think of it. I'll see if I can think of one to throw at you. And just
you picked a guy literally encased in metal. I'm just throwing that out there. That already puts you at a huge disadvantage.
I think Doctor Doom can kind of counteract that somehow. He's got a lot of power. That's a pretty strong guy.
Alright.
He's powerful.
Alright. Just take Doom, I'll take Magneto.
I'm gonna find one for DC and throw it at you and just see how you handle it. A good villain for you.
Okay.
That's my goal next. I'm gonna get a good argument for Doom. I'm pretty sure Doom has some kind of like mind control thing, doesn't he?
No, I think he just manipulates electricity. Like that's his like telekinesis and whatnot. But he's made of metal, so I'm just throwing that out there.
I'm trying to think of someone who's on his like they're on the same playing field.
It's like Colossus versus Magneto, and Magneto goes done. End of the fight. Wolverine versus Magneto.
Doom? Well, Doom can affect electricity. Can't affect magnetic fields.
I'm just saying.
Okay, I'm gonna have to do some research. This might be one I just get my ass kicked on.
You might. That's all right.
So, okay. So we're gonna jump to our next one. We're gonna talk about our favorite TV shows.
I'm gonna check on my baby because he's not doing what he needs to do.
That's fine.
I feel bad for the poor little guy.
That's good. We're gonna go to our favorite TV shows: Arrow, Flash, Gotham. We'll try to squeeze them all in the same one. If it goes longer than like 15 minutes on one, we'll branch it off.
Yeah, we'll branch it off. But otherwise, it actually should all fit. There's really not. Well, actually, I guess we got like 2-3 weeks to talk about. So we'll get it figured out. We'll on the fly. That's how we do it.
All right. See ya.